Video, I will be talking about a few stuff that I didn't cover in my Fernbus Let's Play, and as well in the Let's streams. These are going to be a few extra infos I did not mention for a long time in my Fernbus gameplay, which is live streams and normal driving lines, for example. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the gameplay in general. The gameplay in general was actually for me not much fun. Well, it's clear to be known as this game is just a bus driving game. I guess it was fun at the start, but while I was playing the game, while I was in Poland or so, the fun started to go down and down. I guess some things you just I guess some things you just know after a specific time point, which is although understandable. And in general, the gameplay, there are a few mistakes I did. Well, as you can see, for example, here, I unfortunately not used the way properly, and that then resulted me to lose time and to go ahead and change the street somehow, which was although not much of an easy job. So the thing I want to talk about is using the bus lanes. See, the bus lanes are actually thought for me, but I just somehow not always use them. Well, that has also a reason why I did not use the bus lanes in general too much. Well, that's because of a one good reason. The reason why I did not use it was because I often was scared that I would go to the wrong direction, just like in the video now seen. I guess some things I just didn't notice that this game is supposed to be boring. After a while playing it, I started my journey in Zurich and all the way built myself for the whole Europe in the game, which is not too intentional. I've been playing this game now for 3 months now, and I just think this game isn't something for me in general, like the game in general, the which means the driving in general isn't too good. It isn't either. The bus stations aren't good because if a lot of the bus stations, instead of being bus stations, they're just a bus stop, which is normal, just like where the other buses stop. So yeah, that's something which the game could have improved. Now we're talking for my mistakes, which I made often. The mistakes I made often are more like not using the bus lanes and not even following the navigation system, although it shows me where to go, so I can go, for example, to the location where I have to be. So, what does that mean? Did I do mistakes? Well, technically, in the mistakes, technically I did mistakes, but also also I could have done stuff better in general, like the video editing, which I didn't do at that time, but now I'm starting to edit my videos so they look better and they'll be more entertaining to watch, and people's interests may say, okay, we can watch this video instead of going to click that video out so quick. So in general, I mean, I could have maybe edited that video. Hang on. Okay, so the thing I want to talk about is in general my gameplay as well, which pretty much there was unfortunately no music in general during the gameplay, which although it would have been better for the video in general. But however, this is not too intentional since like I said, I'm already only 2 months in this game before I already platinumed the game, means I got the platinum trophy, which even though there is no one, 100%ed the game in 2 months. of gameplay where I grinded stuff like the roots and many more stuff I grinded. And in general, I just would say I'm pretty happy with how the gameplay occurred. People watched it. I'm pretty much happy with the result we got. And in general, this is a game which you don't look too much, although, but I'm still happy with the result I got generally from the gameplay. So now we come to the point. Was the bus lane using not using of the bus lanes the only issue? Well, technically not on the but the next issue is the videos in general, which means the editing. If I would have had an editing software to that point, then maybe I could have done the video, for example, cut the startup screen, and that'd be a bit better if I could cut out the start screen because you want to see the gameplay rather than the start screen, which is just what I can understand in general. That was just me just being too lazy at that time, and it's really like that, I promise. Um, in general, I want to say the video editing, didn't do video editing at that time, but in my next videos, I'll just try to get this improved so I don't have to show the startup screen and to start the video when also the ride starts instead of going to have the startup ride up shown.
Hmm.
So, what about the gameplay in general? I'm happy with the gameplay in general, but the audience didn't watch it too much, although, which I saw from YouTube Studios. So, this game isn't something which I can recommend, but it isn't too intentional because it's just a bus driving game anyway, which I can although understand.
I mean, driving on the highway for 10 minutes isn't that much fun. Okay.
So yeah, what am I going to do now after Flick Fernbus Simulator, you may ask? Well, it varies what I can do after completing Fernbus Simulator in general. What I can do after this thing is maybe go ahead and, for example, play another game, which I don't know when it will be coming out. As fast as possible, if I can organize that game. But you have to know I can organize certain games, which I can then play, live stream, or just record normally. I have a limited, well, budget, and I'm planning to buy, like I think already mentioned in the live stream, a capture card, which should then allow me to do my live streams in general better, and also install OBS on our thingy so we can record from PC rather than from the console from general, and having a video editing software, which technically I have a video editing software now, which means our videos should be start getting modernized, which is exactly what I'm doing. Older videos, I'm looking if I can regardingly go ahead and do them, which I will do with Big Instance because my channel is an importance to me because we're in this channel for 12 years now, and no, 14 years. We're 14 years in this channel right now, and I just could have thought about that earlier. If I could have thought about that earlier, maybe we'd have a better result, but I now have it. A bit too late, although, but that should be fine as well because my newer videos should come better than out instead of just okay, I recorded and uploaded to YouTube and bye bye. That isn't just how it's going to work in general. So yeah, that's what I could technically improve as well in my side. And as you may have seen, I already only drew with 1 to 2 boss models. Well, that already has a reason. That was the trophies. Okay, so what was the point about the trophies? Well, if you ask me, oh god, what do we do here? Okay, so in general, what was the thing with the trophies? Why did I use the same vehicle over and over again? With the exception of a few videos. Well, that also has a specific reason because the trophies want you to drive, for example, 30,000 kilometers for a bronze. In, for example, this vehicle which we have is an MAN Lions coach C2, and I had to make sure that that save writes there because if it wouldn't write there, then I wouldn't have made progress and would have lost worthful time. How long did it took to finish the game in general. Well, to finish the game, I had to play 220 game play hours. 220 gameplay hours is what I had to play, and but however, the plus 12 hours is 222 hours. Well, these 12 hours, I didn't focus myself for the trophies, but although in the 12 hours, I focused myself on exploring the map. Because you see, in this map, you can find some Easter eggs, which of course you can find, like find the Bahn Perron, for example, the Bahnsteig you can find. You can find the train station where it is. There are lots of thing collectibles, some sort, maybe like the Eiffelturm. You could go ahead and take a look there. You could go to the Nation or the Brandenburger Tor in Berlin, or there are like there are tons of Möglichkeiten, which is tons of options which you have, and I just also took myself time to explore the map because exploring the map will well, maybe be a bit fun, and it was although fun to explore a few new stuff, like in Paris a bit, and then in Berlin a bit in Berlin, and just just mixing where I was in general. That included to the game to play time as well, but it took just 210 hours to play. So yeah, what am I going to do with Fernbus Simulator beyond this point? Well, that's a good question, and I didn't even got an answer for that. I have to pretty much say I don't even have an answer for that, which means I won't be telling you that for now. Or in general, no, I will tell you. Well, with this game, I'll still keep it in my console, which means I will not delete it. I'm playing on PS5, as you may know. And the thing is, in general, I'm not deleting the games that quick because I always have them on the eye, which means I play the games again if they have an update, like a new country or some sort, or a new bus pack. Yeah, or a new bus pack in general. And when are we going to play Fernbus again after this? Well, we're only going to play if a new city comes out for this game. If, yeah, if a new country comes out in general, only then we will be playing. In other instances, we will not be playing this game. Because I want to have new cities and new countries like Italy, Spain, and that's my wishes in general, but I'm not thinking they will be fit at a time because I know how Flixbus Simulator is technically, and they just won't care about their product that good anymore, but that's a bit sad, which is because this is actually in general a good game, but it still has stuff to improve, such as the lag, the sensitivity steering, or it has just tons of stuff to improve, I know, and these bugs are bugs which are getting fixed by the time, provided they can, of course. um, for example, we have bugs like the curbstone where there you drive over an invisible curbstone. This is also a bug, but they're just bugs to fix anyway, and they'll fix once, whenever that once going to appear. That's something I can generally not tell because developers, they know that. And okay. So, and also to know, we will not be playing the game if there's a new boss DLC because, like, look, I had to spend because it's not too intentional. I spent $70 into Fernbus game now, and I had to spend that money, however, to get the trophies a bit easier, which helped me out. Like buy Poland we could buy, then we bought Denmark as a DLC. We had to buy a bus pack to get trophies. That's just okay because some trophies just require you a DLC trophy to get. But in these trophies sections, I'd suggest they say this is a trophy which you can only get by, for example, paying to get the following DLC, that and bus pack or something like that. So that's something which the developers could improve in general. That's just what they could improve in general. Well, what's going to happen for channel now? Since Fernbus Simulator was one of our projects in during the 2 months, well, Fernbus Simulator is going to be out of the our playlist, with the exception if there are new cities coming for it. Then we will be playing there again. But for now, we just finished the game. Even though new countries coming out from this game is the chance of this is just it's just very low, and I guess it makes sense because TML Studios, he actually only made the PC version of the game, but Airsoft said, come on, let's do this to PS5 as well. So yeah, is the channel going to be dead again? Well, technically yes, but or technically no as well. Both of these answers could be right because the thing is in general that we have Bus Simulator 21 as a project, for example, which I'll be continuing soon. I don't know when that's going to be the case, although, and I'll be continuing the movies, games, which I didn't finish yet, and that's just the plan. And I'll be doing video editing in the background, so this means we can then have our channel at a better condition instead of now just having 260 subscribers and being 240 away from getting our first dollars, I guess. So yeah, and that's all I had to say about the video today in general, which is some extra info about Fernbus Simulator. And if you like this video, then I would suggest you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on whether a new video will be coming out whenever that's going to be the case. And feel free to write any comments, which means I'll then answer them, provided I'm not too lazy again, which I'm actually not much anymore. So yeah, bye!